It's 9 o'clock, so we'll hereby give this special meeting of the Commissioners Court to order here on the 27th day, April the 26th at 9 a.m. If everybody stand for the pledge.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, I just come to you thanking you, Lord, for all you do for us. Lord, I just lift up this meeting to you, ask you just to help us to do what needs to be done for the county. And Lord, just give us wisdom as to what that is. Lord, I just ask you right now just to be with our country, just be with our servicemen and women. Lord, watch over and take care of them, Lord. And Lord, I just thank you again for all you do. Ask you just to forgive us where we fail you. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number one on the agenda is public comments and requests for information on non-agenda items in accordance with Section 551.042 of the Texas Open Meetings Act. I don't have anybody signed up, but we're going to bring up the Master Gardeners today and let Ms. Callie do their presentation. But before we get started with that, we want to thank y'all for the rain, the Master Gardeners. It's your blessing that you brought. Y'all wanted to start the new building out there with a new greenhouse. We got it all tore down, and the commissioners was bringing dirt, and it started raining, and it hadn't stopped yet. So we're still coming with the dirt, but we're going to keep the rain coming too. But thank y'all for that. Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, thank you all for having us here today. My name is Callie Zeller. I'm the County Extension Agent for Agriculture and Natural Resources here in Titus County and work with the Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service. And last week was National Volunteer Week, and in my job I have the honor of working with a lot of different volunteers, but mainly our Master Gardener volunteers, and they do a lot within the community here. We train them January through March each year, and they receive 50 hours of classroom training, and then they have to donate 50 hours back to the community during volunteer service to become a certified Texas Master Gardener. And so we have quite a few Master Gardeners here in our county that do a lot in the community. And so at this time, I'm going to ask Lois Hill, she is our Master Gardener President, to come up, and Sharon Cowan is going to give us a little bit of an overview of kind of what the Master Gardeners do for Titus County and here in the community.
Thanks, Callie. Just a quick comment about my involvement with Master Gardeners. My husband and I bought acreage here about 9 years ago, moved up, didn't know anyone. I didn't know anything about growing plants. My husband would say I had a black thumb. I heard about Master Gardeners and I thought, let's try this out. So I signed up for the internship training that Callie just mentioned. And I was hoping, I'd learn a little bit about growing plants and maybe make some friends. And it turned out both were true. This is a tremendous organization for learning about growing plants, for making friends, and last but not least, the service to the community. Last year, our Master Gardeners logged well over 12,000 hours of service. This year, we're starting out with 75 members, 25 in our intern class. And with the hours already reported, I'm sure we're going to break over 12,000 hours this year. We did our plant sale in March. This is how we acquire funds to handle our service projects. Sharon's going to talk a little bit about the service projects, but I just wanted to give you a sense of the overall organization and what we do. Sharon?
Do you know how many plants y'all had in that sale? It was amazing because I was out there that day looking at the greenhouses that was tearing down, and there was I don't know how many plants, but it was. Did y'all got a number on that?
We had 7,000 plants, is what I understood for the plant sale.
The whole room was full up of plants and had it really well organized, but it looked like a good process, but it was lots of plants in there.
It was. Thank you very much. At the risk of repeating what others have said, we appreciate you all so much. We could not do what we do without you. And as I've said before, most Master Gardeners do not have the privilege of the facilities or the cooperation that we have with the county, and we appreciate it. I'm basically going to list our main projects for this year. One, we have Lunch and Learn the first Monday of every month. The public is invited. We have, when it first started, just a few, then it went to 20. My understanding is there have been 40 there at a time or two. So we are serving the community in that way. We went to the fair again this year. We used to in the past, and then we'd kind of gotten away from it. But we had a fair booth where we explained what we do. We had handouts for information. Then in the fall, we had an open house, which was new, and the public was invited. Atwood's donated a lot of their seeds, so we were able to give seeds to the community, giving credit to Atwood's. We're going to do that again, and we are going to add bulbs, a bulb sale to that open house. Okay. Yes, we did open house. We had the fair booth. We have junior master gardeners. We've had it, I think, for 2 years. It started with 20-ish kids, and by looking at facilities and doing a little finessing, we will be able to invite at least 50 kids for this year. So that has been a really good thing. Some of our members helped organize a raised bed garden for the residents at Hope's Ministry, and there were people there who were interested in gardening, and this was an occasion to help them. We did a presentation in Pittsburgh for senior citizens on gardening, even with physical disabilities. We had one of the schools in Mount Pleasant brought all of their kindergartners for a field trip one day to look at the gardens and learn about butterflies. We had Halloween, as we've done for several years. We had over 400 kids that participated this year. Mount Pleasant, Rivercrest, I think those are the only two that participated this year. We've had Boy Scouts come tour the gardens and get merit badges for food production. We made donations, food donations to Root Haven Homeless, Titus County Cares. We gave blankets and soft toys to the Camp County Sheriff's Department and the Mount Pleasant Police Department for first responders to use in emergency situations. We had a lady who went to the library and did a storytelling about butterflies. We did plant trials for A&M Commerce and then one company out of state, and I don't know the name of that one. We give 3 $1,000 scholarships to NTCC horticultural students each year. Lois mentioned the sale. We are going to use our proceeds to improve our grounds and to continue our service to the community that we're able to do. And every time I've spoken to you, I've talked about the new classes each year. I think they just get better and better. We include them from the very first time they set foot on ground, and it works out very, very well. They bring us new ideas, new energy, and all of that is very much appreciated. Thank you so much for what you all do for us.
Sharon talked about all the programs we had over the recent years. We're adding something this year. We met with Garrett Houston, your Director of Public Works for the City of Mount Pleasant, and we're proposing to help beautify parks in Mount Pleasant. We've identified, I think, 4, Delwood, Ellis, RL Journey, and the sports arena. And we're looking at putting in like strips of wildflowers, bluebonnets, maybe rain gardens, which would help with rainwater runoff, and then also working on developing the understory for some of the woodland trails. The idea is we would partner with the Public Works, we would provide plants, expertise, and to a certain extent training, because some of it is about not mowing during certain times so the wildflowers can reseed. But we're really excited about this new initiative and looking forward to see how it evolves as our other programs have evolved. One thing about the culture of Master Gardeners is we love plants, we love propagating plants, and we invariably propagate more than we can use, so we give them away. So we have brought a few plants to share with y'all. They're down here on the floor. If you would like to grab one on your way home, enjoy.
We appreciate that.
Thank you.
And y'all talk about how we work with y'all. Y'all work with us well. We go across the state, go to commissioners' meetings, and it's not always as pleasant as what ours is to work with our Master Gardeners, and we hear stories across. We're super proud to have Callie here with us, and like I said, it's easy to work with good people, and we appreciate that. If you haven't been out there, how long is the trail around there that you can walk through, guys?
It's almost a mile, I think, isn't it?
Well, it's a third of a mile for the original trail, and we just cut another trail. It's like almost 3/4 of a mile with all of them. So the longer new part is not finished
Quite complete,
yet.
yeah, but it's about a third. If you get a chance, if you do like to walk, you can walk through there, and it's kind of scenic, and not just the same old going around the oval, but very neat deal there as well. But Callie, we appreciate you, appreciate all your people too.
Thank you. And like they said earlier, we do appreciate all of your support here in Titus County. There's some other counties that don't have the facilities and support that we do, and so we truly, truly appreciate you guys. So,
Appreciate y'all.
thank y'all. And I do have these certificates from the Judge and Commissioners Conference. We want to take a quick picture. Master Gardner, if you want to come up.
Yeah, they stand up back there, leave. Because Kelly. Okay, if you gentlemen will get on the end, the taller people, and then the two shorter ones will get behind Callie. Okay. Judge, I can't see the lady behind you. Oh, perfect, perfect.
Appreciate all that. Thank you. Thank you.
Really tell them.
Oh, man.
Number 2, consider and possibly approve the minutes for the April 13th, 2026 regular meeting of the Commissioners Court.
Make a motion, we approve them.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Parchman to approve the minutes.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Mitchell. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? It'll carry unanimously. Number 3, presentation by Ashley Earl for child care property tax exemption request, Texas SB 1145, with discussion and possible action.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ashley Earl, and I am a co-owner of AH Treehouse Learning Center here in Mount Pleasant with DeWanda Thomas. And I am representing some of the child care facilities here to speak with you about the Senate Bill 1145, which talks about the tax exemption for child care facilities. There are several child care facilities in our county, but there are only 3 of us that actually meet the requirements for this bill. One of them is that we're part of the Texas Rising Star program, which requires us to meet a different level of education for our children. It requires us I just want to make sure I say all the right things, but it requires us to have at least 20% enrollment of children receiving the Workforce Commission subsidies, which is like a scholarship for our lower income families. In all 3 of our facilities, AH Treehouse, Little Rascals, and Tutus and Buckaroos, we all meet those requirements and have been a part of that program for quite some time. This does require us to have community events. It requires us to reach out in different ways, just as the school does, to get these grants. but we don't get because we are a profit, we do not get a part of the grants that many of these schools and education places get because they are nonprofit. And so with the tax exemption, that would allow us to better serve our families. It would available to cover some of those subsidies, some of those fees that, because we take these children that are on the lower income, on average, we're losing about $30 a day for those children, depending on which part they are in. And so that really starts to add up, and exempting those taxes would be helpful for us so that we can continue to provide that quality of care. Because there's not a lot of child care facilities in our area, it is important that we continue that quality care so that our children have a better chance at the future. Unfortunately, a lot of Texas child care facilities over the entire state are closing down because they can't afford to keep going with the inflation of different things, the requirements that daycares are constantly having to upgrade. And so it would be very beneficial for not only my center, but the centers here and the centers in the future.
Go ahead and say what you're thinking. I don't know what it is.
Jody, you don't want to hear what I'm thinking. We did speak with the city, and we were approved for 100% without having to do the taxes with the city. That's what we're asking here now to be approved. I think it would only cost the county $4,000 for the year. So as it doesn't seem like a huge income loss for you guys, that's kind of a big deal for us as personal owned businesses.
It's just three daycares. Not all the daycares qualify, and I'm assuming that's because they're not taking the grant from the state.
Yes, sir. It's because if the Texas Workforce Admission does it's a subsidy program for lower income, and you do have to take those children to be a part of the Texas Rising Star Grant, and that really, it is in training, it's in, they provide training, they provide furniture, they provide different things like that to the facilities that are approved for that. And all three of your facilities here, they're ranked between a 1-star and a 4-star, and all three of us are 4 stars.
With that being said, I know that you have to keep 20%, I think is what it says, of that enrollment into y'all's. Who does the auditing of that and sending that in? I'm gonna guess Ms. Dickerson, I'm gonna have something to do with that when, I'm assuming there's a form, Ms. Dickerson, that they have to fill out yearly or something to that nature. Who will audit that as far as number of students and things of that? I'm new to this, so I'm just asking a few questions.
That's a good question. I would yep.
So there is an application process involved. So she has to be approved by y'all before April 30th. She has to have everything turned into Ms. Dickerson by then.
I understand that. What I'm saying is who's going to monitor this each and every year?
So the application would be between Shirley and Ashley. That monitoring would be.
So you're monitoring that, Ms. Dickerson, if you want to speak on that. She's here to bring us a check today, so we're going to let her talk.
So the way that works, when they apply for it, we would have to make sure that they qualify with the 20%. And it's kind of up to y'all as to how that's going to be calculated, because, and I don't know a whole lot about this, but I think that your attendance and your enrollment can fluctuate throughout the months. Does it kind of go up? Or does it stay
Those kids are always enrolled.
Okay.
So, I mean, it can fluctuate from year to year, but we do stay at a good 20% across the board.
Okay. So it's a one-time application unless for some reason we think that they don't meet that threshold anymore. So we would ask for reporting from them, something to show that they actually have the 20% enrolled, and then we would go from there each year. We'd kind of keep an eye on it each year.
And it does say in the application that it can go from 50% to 100% on that tax exemption. If you start out with a lower number, I'm assuming that you could go back to a different number. I'm assuming that you could go up if you started at 50, I don't know.
So that would,
one time.
that would be something that y'all would decide in your ordinance. So when you adopt the ordinance, you would decide the percentage. So if you were to change it, then it would have to go through that process again, if y'all decided to up that.
But you're over it, you're the one auditing it.
Yes,
in that application.
yes, y'all approve it, and then I'll take care of the rest of it.
Back to the story at hand, you're
Yes,
the boss on
yes.
it, okay. Thank you, Shirley.
On the facilities, if they're leased or owned, how do you?
The lease has to go back to if it's leased, it has to go back to the landowner.
Correct.
Has to go through, do they have to do like a reduction of rent or they approve that?
I haven't yet. They still do exemption for me, so.
Well,
That's the only question I have. When it's going.
if the facility is leased, the landlord must pass the tax saving to the child care provider through reduced rent. Yeah.
How are you sure you're going to do this? Is it within the leasing or the?
That would be between them and the property owner,
So it's really the property owner that's getting it.
I'm not sure about Tutus and Buckaroos, but I know that myself and Little Rascals, we own our facility, so that's not an issue. But, okay, I think she did, but I didn't want to say that.
Well, here it says yours is leased.
It's leased to Dewana.
So it is leased, but it ain't leased, but it is
Yes.
leased.
It's just I would like to get something and not get it.
Absolutely.
Is this something that has a deadline on it that you got to meet before, to have it by a certain time?
We need to file it by April 30th in order for it to be applied to this year.
One problem that we may be into, the county attorney will be gone till back May the 2nd, 3rd. He'll be
I
back
think
there
it's
that
the
Monday.
4th, I saw that.
So he'd have to look over the resolution, so whatever we do today, I don't know that we make this year's timeline for you.
Okay.
But you have to apply for it before April 30th, have it approved by us?
Yes, sir.
Any questions for her?
I don't think I've got any.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Got a motion?
I make a motion to approve it, but we're still pending on talking to our attorney. Maybe can we call and speak with him, or, daycare is a really hard job to do, and any way we can help them, I'm for that.
So you're going to make a motion to approve it upon
County attorney.
stamp from him? We got a motion to approve it with approval from the county attorney on the resolution.
I'll second it, as long as the county attorney looks at it and everything, make sure everything's...
We've got a motion to approve and a second by Commissioner Parker. All those in favor? All those opposed? All right. We'll get that to the county attorney, and hopefully today, tomorrow, we can get a resolution, then we can sign it from there. So. Number 5, presentation by Jerry Ward, the EMC, and contract between Titus County and the volunteer fire departments for discussion and possible actions.
You skip Shirley. You skip Shirley.
Shirley, we'll come back to Shirley. Sorry, Shirley. I let you speak in that last one, so I had to give you a rest, I guess.
Morning.
I didn't mean to write y'all a book here, so we're going to kind of skip through some of this. I'm going to start out with the finances for what y'all give the VFDs per year. They get a monthly support of $1,200 with the extended cost of another $500, $1,700 a month per VFD, flat across the board. Talco gets a little bit more because it's kind of in their contract. Each VFD gets between $12 and $25 per call. They turn in a run sheet. It's got signatures on it. The county reimburses the VFD. The VFD pays their firefighters for making calls. Plus, they also get $25 for showing up for training. State fire marshals now requires the VFD to do 20 hours of training per year. You can't teach someone how to operate a brush truck in 20 hours. Trust me, I've been there. But that's what they require. Also, there's $850 for Texas A&M. If somebody had a firefighter, they wanted to send down to A&M, that money is available through the county. Hose and miscellaneous. Each department gets $1,000 per year to buy hoses, nozzles, fittings, whatever they need for their trucks. Property and auto insurance, $47,747 for 6 departments. Talco gets $6,000. Okay, Argo just added on a new tanker. Was $1,857. So that's going to bring that figure up to $49,614.00. I hadn't brought you the paperwork yet. Also on 10/16 or 24, the commissioners approved $36,175 for 40 radios for the VFDs. We dispersed them out per departments for the ones that was making the most calls, got the most radios. Also, there's $5,000 available for PPE structural gear. If someone's going to fire academy or they lose their gear in a fire and it's burned up or something like that, then that money is available through the county to purchase a new set. Right now, the cheapest is like $3,200. The middle ones right around $41, $42, and then the higher ones are up in the $6s. So, also in the past, the county has purchased a truck for a brush truck with a bed and wheel guard on it, $65,000. Gave them to the VFDs. We pay insurance on that too. Also in the past, when the VFD got a grant, they come in, talk to the commissioners. Commissioners gave them cost share on it. It's been 10%, 25%, whatever it was. They provided that money for them. So the county has provided a lot to the VFDs. Flip over a couple pages. These are some statistics. 2025, in January, there was 98 volunteer firefighters in the county. 36 made over 25% of the calls. 78 made less than 25%. 56 of the 78 made no calls. Going to skip through to December. It's basically the same thing. 94 firefighters, 26 of them made 25% of the calls, 84 made less than 25%, 18 of the 84 made no calls at all. So we'll go to the next page. I'm trying to hurry. There's 7 volunteer fire departments in the county. 21 members are structure certified, trained, willing to go into a fire, clean cut, clean shave, ready. 46 are structural support trained. 42 are NVA support trained. 54 are wildland trained. 38 members, no training documented, period. One out of the 21 structure firefighters in the county has a response number of 75% and above. 2 additional structural firefighters in the county has a 50 to 74% of being below the 75%. 18 structural firefighters in the county are in the category of low response, 48% to 0. So then we go to the next page. This is 2025. When we turn our reports in, I share them with Mount Pleasant Fire because they get the calls that I don't know if they responded to them or not. Mount Pleasant keeps up with all that. So in 2025, Tri-Lakes VFD has 60 fire, 49 EMS, 0 missed calls. That's 109. Talco is 76 with 109 EMS calls. Missed calls, 5, 185 total. Nortex, 111, 3 EMS calls, 9 missed, 114 total. 5-star, 60 calls, 3 EMS, 8 missed, 68 total. Cookville, 61, EMS, 0, missed calls, 19, total calls, 61. Argo had 45 calls, 1 EMS, 11 missed, 46 total. Sugar Hill had 25, 8 EMS calls, 12 missed calls, and 33. Now, Talco has 126 calls, 68 of them was EMS, 110 was inside the city limits. I do not count city limits, and they don't count inside the city limits on a county figure. Nortex had 34 false alarm calls at the college, NTCC. In 2026, for January and February, Tri-Lakes had 16, 13 is 29, Talco 22, 10, 32, Argo 13, 5, 18, Sugar Hill 9, 1, 0 missed. Nortex had 20 calls, 0 EMS, 1 missed, 20, 5-star 10, no EMS, 2 missed, 10. Cookville had 4, 0 EMS calls, and 4 missed, with a total of 4 calls. So, I'm not even going to go over that part there. Some of this is just some reading to take home. And kind of what we're getting at is the training part and filling out this paperwork. This paperwork has got to be filled out. When they make a run, at the bottom it says volunteers. They sign their name on it, they put their radio number on it, and this is how the fire department keeps up with who gets paid what at their fire department. Also, we need documentation on that also. This is a legal document. It can be called into court at any time. Tri-Lakes has done had 3. When Mr. Jeff died a couple months ago, we, on that Friday afternoon, about 10 o'clock at night, we had to turn in our run sheet with the names on it, who all was there, and everything to the State Fire Marshal's office. Okay, Saturday morning, I also had to send a copy of it to VIFS, which is the county's insurance. On Monday morning, I had to share it with Texas Mutual and Windstar. That's our insurance that covers our accident and policy, and also the workers' comp policy. The next day, I also had to submit the exact same paperwork to the LLDD. That's Lost Firefighter Organization. So these are documents. They got to be filled out complete. I got an email. Well, actually, I got an email on some VFDs turning in their run sheets. Excuse me. And one of them didn't have no people's names on it. So I send out a group me to everyone. I said, I need names of who made these calls on the paperwork. If you go to a grass fire somewhere, you know the landowner, you're there. Find out a name. Someone knows a name. Put it on there, because that's a legal document. It's got to be filled out right. So then, one fire department sends me a picture of the run sheet. Excuse me, it was the front cover sheet that had the total of all the calls they made for the month and their training. And I said, I need a copy of the run sheets because that way there we know who made what calls. And he come back pretty ugly about it. He said, well, so I'll tell you like I told the last EMC, if I put my name on there, everything's good. Their names do not have to be on these. And he kind of refused to do it. So I went back and I pulled up the county contract. And according to the county contract, they have to justify whatever it is that the auditor's office needs, my office needs, and going forward. So just to give y'all a heads up on it, I'm not going to sign nothing. If it ain't correct, it ain't filled out correct, I'm going to send it back to them. If they do not want to fill it out, I ain't going to okay it. They can call the boss over and argue with him about it.
Oh, the judge, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't get many of those calls.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue about it.
We really need to address this issue because our liability on it is, if they're not all listed there, we definitely need the landowner on there. And we're missing so many calls. I mean, if we're missing 4 out of 4, that's not a good sign. And we need maybe, if the paperwork ain't filled out, we're going to have to do something financially, something, so that they're accountable for it. We can't just be handing out the money and not getting the information that we need. Like I said, we hate that we lost a firefighter there, but it was detrimental that we had all that paperwork to go to all those different people, and it gets our liability off of us because it's all documented. So the paperwork has got to be documented. I don't know if we all need to sit down with that, but we need to discuss that and to say.
And another thing is these VFDs, they need to go home. And a lot of people don't know out there in the county, they don't know what all y'all fund. Y'all don't have to fund nothing. Y'all cut them off tomorrow like that. There's no law that says that the county has to provide fire protection. The commissioners have to, provide fire protection to the county. There's no law on it. Y'all cut them off tomorrow. Y'all just been generous enough over the years to contribute to these people. They need to get their act together. They need to open their doors up and count their trucks. That one comes from the county. That one comes from the county. Well, that one there, they pay the percent on. You know, and y'all pay the insurance on it. You pay the insurance on that building too. So they need to think a little bit more out of the pot, saying, you know, the county's helping us out, maybe we need to do a little bit more. As far as showing up for runs, I'm not saying everybody just sitting at home not wanting to make the runs. They all got, you know, we got jobs, they got family, they go to baseball, football, things like that. But some of these runs are way downhill, to my opinion, but they control their own fire department and everything. These guys just need to think that without y'all's funding, they shut their doors. They might operate till their fundraiser money runs out, but once it runs out, they got to shut them doors. Also, here in the near future, I'm going to come back and talk to y'all again too, is why are we've been doing this for years, but why are we paying the same amount of money to every single department when you got departments that's making 50 and 60 calls a year versus one that's making 100 and 150? It's Friday night during the storm. Tridex just made its 82th run. So, you know, we got 82, where last year we was at 25 calls. So it goes up and down as it goes along. But my thinking is if the fire department's making a lot of runs, and the ones that ain't, they shouldn't get the same amount of money across the board. I understand they got bills, but if they're not rolling, they're not buying gas, they're not buying tire and wheels, they're just pocketing their money. The rest of us are buying hoses, tires, fuel, everything else. So,
Gary, I want to agree with you. We need to look into it and see, and if the reports aren't made in, filled out correctly and all, then we may need to worry about what we're giving per month. And my here, I don't want it to spread like wildfire. We're not shutting those people down, but we do want some accountability for it. As far as the number of runs in each precinct, that's hard to tell too, because we don't ever know where a fire is going to be. So those numbers are going to go up and down as well, but we need to see some type of incentive to work on the calls that we're missing.
Well, my opinion is you need to take your top 3 departments and pay them this much. Take your next 3 departments and pay them this much, or the next 2 and 2, however, and then go from budget year to budget year. When it comes into the new budget year, if another fire department is jumped up on the calls and moved into that price bracket, then we go down there and we tell their office, hey, this is what we're going to do for the next year. Because it changes sometimes. Last few years it hadn't changed, but that would be my thinking. We just do it from budget year to budget year, and that way there, if you know, Cookville picked it up the next year, then they can bounce up, someone else bounces back down. That'd be a good incentive to make more calls. We need more money, we'll make more calls. Anything else?
Any questions? Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you.
Number 4, presentation by Ms. Shirley Dickerson, Titus County Appraisal District, Titus County, for unused funds for 2025. For those that don't know this, it's budgeted, and whatever they don't use in their budget is refunded back to the county. She's here to talk about that today.
Good morning. And yes, so I'm bringing back money. And as he stated, the appraisal district works on what's called a zero balance budget. So at the end of the year, if we have any of our funds remaining, we give that back to each entity that paid into our budget at the percentage that they paid in. This year, we had about, start my note. We had over $148,000 left over, and you pay 18.44% of our budget in 2025. So I have a check for $27,455.69.
I don't think we have any trouble accepting that.
Yeah, if you have any questions. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shirley. Appreciate it.
Shirley.
All right. Number 6, consider and possibly approve the general contract for repair on the fastening across the annex submitted by the tabulation sheets from the scoring committee for review, table for evaluation on 4/13/2026 by Jimmy Parker.
I make a motion that we untable this.
Got a motion to untable it?
Second.
Possible, Mr. Steele.
Second by who?
Dana.
Okay. Thank you.
And I make, we did vote on that, didn't we? No.
We didn't vote on it the other day. We just tabled it for that.
Okay. I think that we need a needs assessment on that building over there before we go too much further. I asked Nanette to get some information from our architect as to what the need, the timeline, and all on what it would take to do the needs assessment. We have, to me, it seems like that we're painting, trying to paint when the floor is rotten. So I think we just need to look at it, step back and look at it and decide if you know, which direction we need to go, how much we need to put into the outside and the inside of it before we, you know, award these bids. We've got until June 22nd, I think it is, but I'd like to see if we couldn't get that need assessment and look at it by between now and the 8th of June, and at that time then we can decide if we want to award that the bid, you know, for that. So
I think some of what Jimmy's talking about, and correct me if I'm wrong, when we had the workshop the other day, there was some discussion on it about what it would cost to do the inside. So more or less a needs assessment plus an evaluation to see what the rest of it. You tell me, it's your motion. I don't know what you want to do.
Yeah.
To broaden that scope for those that have already bid on it, or if you just want a needs assessment only. Don't know what you're...
Well, I want a needs assessment to see, let the architect look at that. I know it's going to cost us some more money, not for sure exactly what yet. I haven't even seen this,
He said it would cost about $20,000 to do the need assessment, from what I'm seeing here. And I think we need to do that before we get into this and spend this kind of money on the outside when the inside needs as much work as it needs. So that's my recommendation, or my, if you want to call it a motion, I'll put it in a motion, but that we get Mr. Chase with to the Architects Texas to do the needs assessment for the building, and then we can decide if we want to start with this. And then I would just like to know what it's going to be. I know we can. I've talked to some other folks, and I know we can, if we have to, we can go up instead of out with that over there if we need to. Need that. I mean, needs more room and spaces. But I'll put that in a motion that we.
We don't have to table the bids then, because we're not rejecting them, we're not accepting them.
The procedure would be to postpone with an estimated date. It wouldn't be tabled, it would be postponed for the vote with an anticipated date of bringing it back to court on June the 8th. The 90-day timeline of the contract would be up before the next court after that. However, if the needs assessment starts, we can ask the 3 bidders if they will extend for another 30 days to allow us more time if necessary. And in relationship to the needs assessment, another component would be, once you know the needs of the square footage and the type of items that would need to be in it, then they can do more of a valid cost analysis, just a generic cost analysis, because then they would know exactly what they're costing by square foot, is another piece. But we'd have to do an amendment to the current contract with Architects, and that would have to come through court. But we could agree to do the needs assessment today and then prepare the amended documents if you guys agree to do that, and we would just sign off on those at the next court.
Got a motion by Commissioner Parker.
Yes, to do the needs assessment, postpone the bids that we have for the facet to till the 8th of June.
Yes,
and
got a motion?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Parchman. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Aye.
3 to 1 will pass. Number 7, consider and possibly accept the global settlements on the opium litigation with Defendants Associated Pharmacies Incorporated, American Association of Pharmacies, J.M. Smith and Company, Louisiana Wholesale Drug Company, Morrison Dickerson, North Carolina Wholesale Drug Company, and UNFI SuperValue with approximate allocation of $3,276 for Titus County. That's the open settlement we've been getting since I've been here, about one every year.
I make a motion to accept.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Mitchell to accept the $3,276 from the opium settlement.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Parchman. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Number 8, consider and possibly approve allocating funds from the Titus County General Fund in the amount not to exceed $70,834 for the FY 2023 State Homeland Security Program. That's the grant awarded number 5536201, and that's going to be for the APX 8000 radio acquisition. And this is going to be that we'll get that refunded back through that grant. We've just got to move the money over from the general fund until the grant is secured and pays it back is what it does.
So if we pay this, is that grant going to be guaranteed?
As far as guaranteed, we've got all the application and stuff to them.
I mean, but you feel like we'll get it back?
Ain't nothing in life 100%, but yes, I feel very confident that we will receive it back.
I make the motion to approve.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Mitchell to approve moving of the general funds to take care of the grant for the radios.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Parker. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Number 9, consider and possibly approve the plat for Mattie Lou's Garden subdivision located on 1111 County Road 3260, Precinct 3.
They've all went through the process and got it all taken care of as far as paperwork and everything, so it's all good on my part.
You gonna recommend
It
that?
does show that it went through the Argo Fire Department and Congress sent a letter or email saying about the 911 address, and Ronnie has approved it. So,
You approve it.
Yeah, I make a motion to approve it.
A motion made by Commissioner Applewhite to approve the Mattie Lou's Garden subdivision.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Parker. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed. Number 10, consider and possibly approve the reducing of the speed limit on County Road 3225 to 30 miles an hour, and this is Precinct 3, Commissioner Applewhite.
This is where
Is
the
that
road
the
that goes
road
back.
that used to go by McKellar then?
No, it goes by Camp Langston.
Yeah.
Goes by that road, and it's not Camp Langston, it's some kind of deal now, but it's, people travel down it quite a bit, and they've had complaints, they're going over 60 mile an hour down that road, so I'm gonna get a sign, and as soon as we get it posted, we're gonna get with the sheriff department, and they're gonna come out and start checking it out. I make a motion we approve.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Applewhite to approve reducing the speed limit on County Road 3225 to 30 miles an hour.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Parchman. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed. Number 11, consider and possibly approve reducing the speed limit on County Road 4810 to 25 miles an hour, and that's Precinct 4, Commissioner Parker.
Yeah, this is a dead-end road, and there's kids on both sides of the road and all down there. They drive way too fast on the road. The guys come in the other day and said that they had been down there patching, and that it was pretty dangerous down there. And so that's the reason I'm asking. I make a motion we approve it.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Parker to approve reducing the speed limit on 4810 to 25 miles an hour.
Second.
I'm going to take the first bidder. Mr. Applewhite is second on that. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Number 12, approve oral and written reports of the county officials.
Make a motion we approve them.
Make a motion made by Commissioner Parchman to approve the oral and written reports.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Applewhite. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Number 13, consider and possibly accept the treasurer's report as a matter of the record.
Make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Parchman to accept the report.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Mitchell. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Number 14, approve the budget amendments. Ms. Lynette's going to get that microphone. She don't fall out.
We have one budget amendment. It's for 2026-5. It is for the radios. We are going to budget the $70,000, 835. 2,886 of that money is for general administration, and 67,949 is going to be for the radios. This is a standard reimbursement grant. We've been awarded the money, so therefore we do have to purchase the product in order to submit the documents. The deadline for this grant is the 31st of May, so we need to order pretty swiftly to get the items in and get them paid for. So that's the budget amendment.
I make a motion to accept.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Mitchell to accept the budget amendment.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Parchman. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Number 15, sign pay orders and approve our payments.
Make a motion we pay our bills.
Got a motion made by Commissioner Parker to pay the bills.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Parchman. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Carries unanimously. Closing comments. Jeff, you have anything?
Yeah, I want to say, we lost Miss Sue Evenwell here recently, and I just want to send thoughts and prayers out to her family.
I got condolences, like Mariana Myers, her loss of her sister. She's a classmate, and we just want to send out prayers for her and her family.
And I believe-
I want to put out thank you to all the people that helped from the storm this weekend. It was blocked, fire department, and Jared Ward and all them helped a lot, so I want to thank everybody that helped.
We appreciate that. And yeah, Miss Sue passed away, and a great loss for the Republican Party here. They're planning on having a memorial service sometime later in May, and that should be coming out at some point. With that being said, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn by Commissioner Mitchell.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Parchman. All those in favor? All those opposed? We'll adjourn at 9:55.